everybody, how you guys doing out there today? Welcome to an episode of Halloween at the Manor. Today is August 18th, it's actually my birthday, and I'm hanging out here in the garage and I'm working on some Halloween stuff, which is always a good day. So what I'm actually going to do today is, this is kind of another update to our Carnevil theme that's going to be out in the yard. I'm going to be what they call skinning the stands that we're making, so the kissing booth and the Carnevil catering booth. So I'll show you guys kind of what I'm doing there, and I don't know, we'll probably get into a couple other things too, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's go. Alright guys, so this is going to be the kissing booth that I showed you in the last video. What I'm doing now is I'm actually setting up the stand. I know I said in the last video I wasn't going to do this for a while, but to be honest with you, I have a couple of days off from work because, like I said, it's my birthday and I was kind of bored, so I decided to do it. So what I'm basically doing is I'm just going to kind of, I think they call this skinning. I'm just basically putting 2x2 around it to make the actual stand. So as you can see up there, I put some 2x2 across the top. That's the kissing booth sign that you saw in my last video, and this is the bottom. And once I'm finished, I'll show you guys everything. But what I'm going to do too is I'm going to put some more 2x2 there and some 2x2 here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some PVC in here so that when we set this thing up, we can put some rebar in the ground and just slide this right over so that the stand kind of stays in place. So I'm going to do that to this one, and I'm also going to do that to the Carnevil catering one there as well. So hopefully we'll get through this today, and let's keep going. Alright guys, one thing I wanted to show you is, and I actually did this too, if you saw our last video, I did this exact same thing to the crate that we had that I created for our Cerebus prop. Anytime I make a prop, you always want to try to figure out a way that you're going to be able to get it into the ground or keep it in the ground. So what I like to do is, I like to run a piece of PVC in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bolt at the top here, and I'm not going to put a bolt at the bottom. I'm going to leave that go. And what we're going to do is we're going to run rebar through this, so this will stay in the ground. I'm going to do the same exact thing to these pieces over here as well, the sides, so that we'll have this in the ground at 3 separate places, so it should not blow over, hopefully. So that's just something to think about when you're making props, how you're going to keep them in the ground. All right, guys, so there it is, the kissing booth. So I have the kissing booth set up now. It's about 8 feet tall, but our clown that you saw in the last video is about 6 feet, so he should be right at the bottom there. So he'll fill this whole area here. So I have this. My only concern is that I do have PVC in there to put rebar in. However, I'm a little concerned about... So rebar is going to go in the ground in these 3 places, but I'm a little concerned that this might the wind might take this and I don't know. So what I might end up doing is once I get this in the ground outside, I may run a piece of wood from like here on an angle down to kind of give it a little bit more stability. I just don't know yet what it's going to do, but that is our kissing booth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart to store it. I am going to paint the posts and probably paint the back black. I'm not going to do it today because it's kind of rainy out and kind of crappy out, but that's this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting together the next one now, the Carnevil catering. All right, guys. So we also got the Carnevil catering stand done as well. So got that all put together here. And this is the Carnevil catering We Eat the competition, just like I did with the kissing booth. So we got the sides together here. We got the poles in here for the PVC. I actually ran out of taller PVC, so I just kind of it'll work fine. But again, this is just like the kissing booth. I'm going to paint this all black behind here. Again, I don't know if I'm going to have to put a piece of wood that kind of goes angular down to here to keep it more sturdy. Just not sure yet. Again, I'm going to have to just kind of get it outside and see. But again, I'm going to paint this all black, probably black, and paint the back, and we should be good to go. So that's going to be the second sign, and we're going to have from our last video where I said like the fat clown, he'll be in here. Then we're going to have there's another guy, he kind of looks like a chef too, And so we're gonna have a little scene with these guys as well. So that's the Carnevil catering. Alright guys, so I did get the sides and the backs painted. I had some red spray paint over, so I just spray painted the kissing booth one red and the Carnevil catering one black. However, then I kind of ran out of spray paint, as you can see here, and I just finished off with the black. So they are all painted. The backs are painted black. The front posts are painted black. So these are pretty much done. I don't really care if they're not perfectly painted. I really just wanted to kind of, cover them up as best I could. But these are pretty much done. So the stands are done, and just got to wait till it's appropriate to put out our Halloween decorations. But anyway, those are now finished, and probably move on to something else today. Alright, so another thing that I wanted to do today is we're going to have a prop outside called the Wheel of Misfortune. And basically it's a gigantic circle where, like someone would throw knives on it. I wanted to have a corpse skeleton to go on that. And this is what I came up with today. I ended up having this really old mask, and I ended up cutting it off to make it look like this was a clown. And I cut it off and kind of just corpsed around it so it would stay on. And then I ripped some of the hair off and kind of threw the corpse and made it almost like glued on. So this guy looks like a dead clown that's been left on the wheel. And I love corpsing. If you've ever seen any of my corpsing videos, you know that it's just like, I just think it's one of the coolest things that I've ever come across on YouTube. But this guy is going to be on our Wheel of Misfortune. And I think we're going to try to get him maybe a costume. If we can come across a really, really cheap costume, I'm talking a couple of bucks. I might put it on him, but then rip it up so you can still see the corpse, but maybe things will be draped on him. Maybe he'll have pants that are just all ripped up and things like that. But this is his face, and I think he just looks absolutely gnarly. But if you ever have any questions about corpsing, Vanessa and I have done corpsing videos in the past. Just check out one of the corpsing videos on our YouTube page, and you'll see it. But this is another thing that I did today. Really cool. Another thing that I ended up doing is I wanted to make a seated clown prop. So I ended up building this guy here. What happens is that in 2019, for our Halloween party, I ended up building a full-size Jack-in-the-Box, and I'll put a picture up here to show you. But in the Jack-in-the-Box, we actually had a character coming out with an axe. Now, when we put the Jack-in-the-Box outside before Trick or Treat, I'm going to keep the box closed because I don't want water to get in there. So what I was thinking of is I'm going to put this guy on top of the box, have him sit on top of the box like he's keeping something in. And I was thinking about that. So I made this guy here. I really honestly didn't videotape any of it because you guys have seen me make all kinds of props and you're probably tired of it. But if anybody is interested in how I did it, I can try to give you some dimensions and things like that. But basically, he's just going to be sitting on the Jack-in-the-Box. I did order this really cool mask. I think it's awesome looking. Really creepy. Kind of a deranged mask. It's kind of weird that the lights are flashing too. The other thing too is I made my feet on all my clown props out of wood. So if you guys ever decide to, if you want to decide to buy shoes from a Party City or something like that, they're $20 a pop. If you have some wood lying around, you can actually just make your own shoes. What I'll end up doing is I'll end up spray painting these, and no one's going to notice, especially on Halloween night. No one's going to notice if they're real or just a piece of wood. So that's kind of what I did. But this is another one of my updates here. All right, the last thing I'm going to mention is this is actually not going out into our haunt, but my niece, who's going to be 5 this December, she's really into trolls. I really don't know much about them, but these are two of her favorite characters. I believe this is Poppy and Branch. I don't know anything about it, but what I decided to do is I made her these cutouts, and they're 4 feet tall, and basically, I just gave him costumes. So she's a witch, of course, and he's a mummy. And basically just going to give her these so they can put them out in the yard for her for this Halloween. But that's another thing I did this week for Halloween. Well, Halloween related, I should say. So I'm going to give them to her this weekend when we see her, and hopefully she'll get a kick out of it.